What is up, guys, and welcome back. I have some really awesome mods to show you today. One that's going to allow you to tame a pet that otherwise really does nothing in Minecraft. Another that's going to allow you to make some cool utility items and armors like these wings and horns. And lastly, a mod that changes the way villages are that maybe none of us have ever thought about before. So, without further ado, let's do this! So as many of us know, there are many mobs in Minecraft that do a lot of things, and we can do a lot of things with the items that they drop. One of the mobs that really does nothing are the bats. Bats really don't do much for us, but this mod changes all of that. The mod is called Pet Bat Mod by Atomic Striker. It allows you to tame bats as your pets and actually level them up. All you need to do to tame a bat is make some pumpkin pie, and then go over to a bat and click on him and trying to get him closer to you, and as soon as he gets, yep, just got him. I was clicking a bunch of times in order to get him, but I finally got him. They always come with a generic name when you go ahead and capture them, but you can actually change that by go ahead and right clicking, and you see in this, you'll be able to change that to whatever you want. So mine is Vlad. You know what? I like that name. We're gonna keep Vlad. Vlad is our new pet bat, which level 0 pet bat, experience 0. Missing for the next level 25 experiences needed to level him up. He has 20 health, and he has an attack power of 1. So one of the cool things about having a pet bat is when you have it in your hand, not in your inventory. If you have it in your inventory, it's not going to do anything for you, but if you have it in your hand, he'll give you night vision. So it's really nice having a pet bat when you're going down in the caves that are really dark. You actually aren't going to need any more torches anymore. Plus, if you had 2 bats, you had one in your hand and one flying around, you'd have one helping you out to kill. Wow, what is going on? Oh, I forgot I still have the wings on that I had on earlier. Yeah, that's gonna mess around a little bit when I'm not in creative. But anyways, so when you have one in your hand, he's going to give you this night vision, and the other one could be attacking mobs when you're going down in a dungeon. It's going to make your life a whole lot easier in survival mode. Now, if you ever wanted to go ahead and let your bat out and let him fly around instead of being in your inventory, this took me a little bit to figure out. Actually, all you need to do is press Q, and he'll start flying around. Now you see in my inventory, I got this little bat flute, and it has the name of my pet bat. If I ever wanted to bring him back to me, he's going to follow me no matter what, but if I wanted him to be in my inventory, all I'd have to do is click, and I get him right back in my inventory. To go ahead and let him fly around again, I'll go ahead and press Q, and we're just going to go ahead and let him fly around. The thing is, in creative, I can go ahead and fly and get really far away from him. The cool thing about this mod is he will not just disappear. He will actually fly right into my inventory. So we're going to go ahead and do this. And you see, he just popped into my inventory because I was going way too fast for him to catch up. This happens anywhere you are, and in survival, of course, as well. So if you're going down in a dungeon and he got stuck somewhere, he'll be able to pop right back into your inventory, so you will never lose him. So the thing is, bats are not immune to fire, explosions, or anything like that. They can die very easily, especially when they're in the very beginning stages. But as you see there, I went in and attacked the cow. He killed it right away. Well, if you're going up with like a skeleton or something like that, he could get damaged. And the way you heal him is you go ahead and make some pumpkin pie, the same way you were able to tame him. Drop it on the ground, and he will eat it up and heal himself that way. You can also heal him by throwing a pumpkin pie and him into a crafting table, and it would heal him just like that as well. When a bat does die, though, he will not just go ahead and die and disappear. He will actually go back into your inventory, and the only way to go ahead and let him back out is to craft him with a pumpkin pie to heal him again. This is awesome. I thought it was really cool that when your pet bat dies, he does not disappear forever. But if you have him in your inventory and you happen to die, you can lose him. So one of the things I read in the mod is that zombies cannot harm your bat, but I found that to not be true, because if you see right here, my bat is probably going to die. We'll go ahead and wait for it and see what happens. Oh, he actually survived, so you might get lucky sometimes. But I had at one instance a zombie actually killed my bat. He appeared in my inventory, and all I needed to do was drop some pumpkin pie and drop him in front of it, and he was able to heal himself. So just keep that in mind when you're leveling up your bat, because one of the cool things is as you level up your bat, he'll be able to get some new abilities. One of them being at level 3, he'll get a 33% life stealer ability. This will allow him to heal himself as he kills enemies and mobs for you. When your bat is able to reach his highest level, which I believe is either 5 or 6, it was a little confusing. Oh, wow, he took a lot of damage and survived. I'm really surprised about that. but as he reaches his max level, he'll actually look like he's enchanted. So you'll know when he reaches his max level either by that or when you call him back and you go ahead and right click and you can see that if he's leveled up or not. Right now he's level 1 brawler pet bat, so that's pretty cool. He already leveled up without me even knowing. So definitely go check this mod out. It is really awesome. It's a very different take. Instead of getting a cat or a wolf on your side as a pet, I actually really like the bats. I think Vlad is going to stick around with us for a long time in these future episodes. And I think Vlad feels like sticking around as well. This next mod adds into villages what has been missing all along that many of us probably don't even realize that was missing in the first place. The mod is called Village Names by Astro Tibbs. It adds in names to the villages and gives names to the villagers. So right now, as you see, the name of this town is called Picheslio. This is something that appears in every village throughout your Minecraft world now. And right now, this villager's name is Villager, but if I were to click on him, his name changes to Lucas? Yes, that's right, Lucas. And this is going to happen to any villager you click on from here on out. The really cool thing is, if you ever wanted to keep record of all the villages you ever visit, and you wanted to go ahead and pinpoint where they are, if you planned on making maybe railroads or something, and hey, what the Vlad? You just hanging out there? Alright. But if you wanted to go ahead and do that, all you'd have to do, go ahead, grab a book, take it, right click onto a villager, and it's going to give you a village book. And it lets you know exactly where this village is, and the name, and the population, and the radius of the village. So now it's time to go ahead and go over to the last mod we're going to showcase this episode, which is called Wearables by GG1000 and Jurassic Alien /KOC/owner. This mod allows you to fabricate some new items and utilities that you wouldn't be able to get unless you download this mod. The first thing you're going to want to go ahead and do is create a wearable fabricator. This is something that is the first start of the creation of all these new types of items. As you see over here in the right hand side, I have all of them pointed out right here. But in order to create them in survival, you'd be able to go through this little scroll bar and see everything you're able to create, such as a top hat, the wings I had on, some generic shirts, generic shoes, some 3D glasses, night vision goggles, which are really interesting when I put them on. I'll show you those in a little bit. I was actually wearing them earlier in the episode as well. A jetpack, a cape, all these cool little items that's going to make your survival adventure a little bit easier and doesn't make you feel like you're actually cheating, because it seems like these items should have been in Minecraft all along. Okay, so now to go ahead and get into it, we're going to go ahead and click something. So let's say the flippers. It's going to tell you how many of each item you need, and you need to put them down in this row right here. So if I wanted this, I'm going to need some leather, iron ingots, and string. Okay, so now I got my flippers. Now what am I going to do? I'm going to have to create a wearable colorizer. This is something that is optional, but I would recommend go ahead and do it anyways. So if I wanted to go ahead and put a flipper in here, I'd place it down. Let's get rid of that stack and choose a color. So we'll go ahead and make these a blue, create like that. I don't know what this is. What is this? Oh, it changes the color of the top. That is cool. So this is the color of the flippers I want. We'll go ahead and set those in there. But we can't use them yet. We cannot put them on our feet. It's not going to work. What we're going to want to do now is create a wearable assembler. The wearable assembler allows you to choose what you want the item to do. Technically, like where it's going to be placed, what kind of armor rating it's going to have, and so on. So let's go ahead and go into that little ... It allows you to change the position of the item. So if we were to click that, and okay, maybe not. Maybe it's only certain items, but there are some other items that allow you to change the height of where those sit, such as the wings and the jetpack. Now, I mentioned armor rating. You can do this with any of the items you can create in this mod. All you'd have to do is put maybe some diamond boots in this slot, and that means that these flippers are going to have the equivalent durability as diamond boots. I'll just be able to take them out, and as you see when I hover over it, it says diamond boots component flippers, and it tells you the armor rating. If you do not put any type of armor in here when you create the item, it will not give you any protection. So now that we know the basics of creating all the items, we're going to go ahead and use some of these and show them off. With the flippers, if you have them on, if you're on land, you're going to move a lot slower than you do if you weren't to have them on. And if you get into the water, you're going to move a lot faster. And I'm not going to lie, the animation for this looks just crazy. That is insane. That is so cool. And I even have the wings on, which just makes this even weirder. Next, we have the wings, where if I were to just get out of the flying mode from creative, if I were to hold down the space bar, it allows me to fly like maybe an ender dragon. It kind of reminds me of the ender dragon animations. but it allows you to fly just like this if you hold down the spacebar, and depending on which direction you're pointing, it'll fly actually really fast. You'll actually hit the sky limit pretty quickly. If you let go of the spacebar, you'll kind of glide down slowly, and you'd only be able to land once you hit the land. Next up, we have a jetpack, which jetpacks are featured in a couple other mods, but this one I thought was really cool because of the animations it gives you, and it's a little bit harder to control than other ones as well. It doesn't give you that little bit of leeway when you're up in the air and you're holding down the spacebar. You need to be very careful because you could easily accidentally not hit it in time and die as you hit the ground. So if I hold down the spacebar, it's going to launch me up in the air, and I can go actually pretty fast. I don't think it is as fast as the wings, but it is, I don't know, probably just comparable. The thing is, if you want these in survival, you're going to need to create something called jetpack fuel. Jetpack fuel is created with some blaze powder, some gunpowder, and a glass bottle, and you need to make sure you have plenty of this as you fly around in survival. The last one I really want to show off are the wearable headpiece night vision goggles. They act a little differently than the regular night vision that you get from enchantments, or even the bat you get from the pet bat mod. So if you have them on during the day, they're going to do this, and if you have them at night, they are going to do this. It turns everything a big green to kind of remind you of those night vision goggles, maybe like a SWAT team would be wearing or something like that. Alright guys, those were all the mods I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed them. If you did, let me know if you check them out and leave a comment down below if you would. Also, please subscribe to my channel to get content like this every weekend. Thanks again guys. Peace!